Hi, so many of you, like me, must be confused about which graphic card you should use if you are a CAD CAM user. So, as you might have already heard, that there are two categories mainly. One is gaming graphic cards, and second is workstation graphic cards. So, for us designers who are working with CAD CAM, you can see that we generally work with accurate surfaces and design for manufacturing. So basically, the CAD design, that is the production friendly design, the files, the softwares which can actually produce the files which are of production quality. So clearly the requirements for gaming are different because gaming cards use polygonal uh, modeling, and polygonal rendering is what is done in graphic cards, the gaming graphic cards. But in CAD graphic card, generally what is used is the CUDA renderings, the the CUDA and V-Ray, that is ray tracing and shadow production. So as you can see here that I have bought a card which is actually not technically a workstation card. This is the NVIDIA 3050 6 GB graphic card. Now at this time, when I have made this video, that is in November 2024, this card will be regarded as old because the generation keeps getting updated. So here you can see in short that this card is doing an excellent job. You can see the shadows and the reflections and everything, and this is SolidWorks. So the card which is being used here is like 3050 card, that is RTX 3050. Many vendors make this card like Gigabit and MSI, and here that I'm using, that is Gigabit card, that is Gigabit 60, that is 6 GB WindForce OC. That is the card being used, and this card is not actually recommended by SolidWorks. If you go to the website, you will be able to see a long list. That is, if I can show you here, I did quite a bit of research before buying, before settling for a card, and you can see that this is these are the cards. This is the full list of cards which are recommended by SolidWorks, and none of these things and none of the card here is actually the NVIDIA RTX series. That is, if you might be wondering what is RTX, then RTX stands for ray tracing cards. Okay, so this is not a polygonal solution. So we are not doing polygonal modeling and rendering. What we are doing is NURBS rendering. So what is generally used, done in the CAD cards. So you can see here what should be generally your preference when you're going for a CAD rendering and designing and that is engineering, designing and rendering cards. So here the main requirements should be like these four, which are being shown here. So first off, we should really buy those cards. We should see the softwares which we are going to use, and then whether those softwares, what are the hardware recommendations of those softwares. So at first, like you can see here what are the list of cards that the software is recommending. But for some reason, if that card is more expensive or is not available at your location, then you have to see how exactly your software renders, and what runs in the background, what is the engine behind what it does, and what kind of technologies that card use. So generally, for CAD workstation, what is being used, like CAD modeling and rendering, what is being used is CUDA and OpenGL based technologies. Okay, so both of these are rendering technologies here, like 3D viewing and rendering technologies. So generally, what CAD modeling and rendering uses is ray tracing, not polygonal rendering. Okay, so what we should prefer is those cards which can give you shading and ray tracing capabilities. So these capabilities are there in NVIDIA uh, RTX cards. Okay, not GTX cards. So GTX is a series which is made for gaming, but RTX is those is that category of cards which are used for ray tracing and shadow making. Okay, so for the kind of accurate modeling and rendering which CAD users and engineering designers do, your these RTX cards serve the need. Okay, so here you can already see the list of SolidWorks recommended cards, and mainly what I will be using is SolidWorks Visualize and Keyshot. So these cards, these softwares recommend that we use the cards which supports CUDA rendering. Okay, which supports CUDA. So since the RTX cards support both OpenGL and CUDA, we are able to use this card, the RTX card, in our SolidWorks environment also. So the basic inherent technologies within these softwares, and displaying the graphics is CUDA and open tracing, and CUDA and ray tracing. Then there is the graphics, that is DirectX support also, the Microsoft DirectX support. So all these three should be supported by your card. So here you can see that I am able to seamlessly open such a large model, okay, which has so many components and which will require significant system resources. But here I'm able to manipulate this without any glitch. Okay, so we can use this inside SolidWorks and SolidWorks Visualize, and also the Keyshot software. So both modeling, so your CAD modeling and rendering, both the needs are satisfied here. Also, if you can see, if you go for NVIDIA card, then this has many different generation, just like Intel processors generation. So the latest currently as of 2024 is NVIDIA Ada Lovelace architecture. Previously there was Ampere, and then there was Turing architecture. So you can see what the name of the cards are. So for the latest generation, the cards will start with an RTX name, that is RTX 6000, 5000, 4500, and so on. The least here is RTX 1000, which is not shown here. Only up to RTX 2000 shown, but even like RTX 1000 as of 2024 will cost you 30,000 rupees, uh, which is like a 12 GB card, I think. Like a 12 GB RTX 1000 card will cost you around six, around 30k. And then RTX, I think A2000 card, which is the previous generation card, is costing you like 50k. So for some of us, that might be the full budget of the processor and workstation. So if we put that, then the price that in graphic card, then the price will become twice. So what I wanted to do was build something more economical, like building a small workstation. So one thing which really helps is deciding what category of workstation you want to build, because there is always something more expensive and which can provide better performance. So unless we set the boundaries of do we want to build a mid-range or low-range or high-end workstation, we will not be able to select any component. So here what I selected was like Intel i5 12 generation 12 generation processor, which is actually older, because currently we have 14 generation processors also. But my goal was to build something smaller for mid size projects, where this RTX 3050 is really helping me a lot, and I'm able to do a lot of rendering and animation, which was not definitely is not possible with just a processor based system. You will need a graphic system. You can see that this is a list of the workstation graphic cards from NVIDIA. You can see these are desktop GPUs, because mobile GPUs, laptop GPUs are certainly we are not interested in. We need something which we can run for 4 or 5 days at a stretch. So what you need is like a good processor and graphics, and having a good quantity of RAM. So what I have currently is like i5 12 generation processor with NVIDIA 3050 and 32 GB of RAM. That is DDR5 RAM, not DDR4, because DDR5 RAM are like twice as fast as DDR4. So RAM plays a very important role. So that is the reason I actually went for Gen 5 RAM, not a 4 one. But this Gen 12 i5 processor will do the job, because we have dedicated graphics card here also. So the processor, so we can save something on the processor and use that and use those funds in graphics. So you can see that NVIDIA 2000 here is the is the least card, that is the least powerful cards when seeing the latest ADA generation. And you can see the previous generation will start with an A, that is A5000, A4000, and so on. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this, and if not, you can just go on the NVIDIA website and see what are the features available. So the reason why I did not go for these cards is like the NVIDIA 3050 currently, if you go to a good physical shop, you can get it for like 17,000 rupees, which is pretty low compared to seeing a 30k or 50k graphic card, when the workstation graphic card memory will actually be low, because our card even when costing 17 k is providing us like 6 GB of graphic memory. But here you can see that even with the lowest previous generation laptop, that is the previous generation graphic, uh, the cost will be like 30k, and the memory you can get 8 GB, like here 6 GB was actually cheaper, but 8 GB price might be a little higher. So it depends on you, you know, do you want a workstation card or an RTX card from NVIDIA, which can do a pretty good job while costing like half of the workstation cards. Here you can see one list of RTX, Quadro GPUs from NVIDIA. So here you can see a larger list. Here you can see a longer list, and a shorter list is this, which I've just shown. And you can see some of the prices that I had collected before. That is an NVIDIA 4000, that is previous generation A4000 with 16 GB will definitely cost a lot, for like 80k, that too only at certain chosen distributors only. You can get an A2000 6 GB card at close to like 50 to k. Right now game loot, this website might, so this is a bidding website as far as I know. So don't consider these prices. Just go for a retailer which is actually selling it directly, not having to have bidding process. Here I had collected a lot of information. Here you can see one very old card T400 which can do some basic job, is costing like 11k. So this is previous generation small workstation card. So at the end, if I just have to finish here, then you can see that that you can buy an RTX card from NVIDIA, which does a pretty good job if you are interested in CAD design and rendering and animation, and creating some product demo videos. So an RTX card will actually do a good job, but if you work in a company and you want some very reliable software, then you should definitely go for the recommended cards. If you're working in a company and the company is going to buy the software and that, so there definitely go for the recommended options. But if you are an enthusiast or a freelancer, then you can definitely try one of these cards, which will definitely get good job done.